Welcome back to the channel and welcome for more Dixit videos. I'm recording a series of videos showing you all Dixit games and expansions and all the cards for all the games. So this video will be dedicated to the expansion Dixit Origins, which I don't hold the box anymore. I just have this part of the box to remind me that I've acquired this expansion. It comes with 84 cards that I'm going to show you all of them. And I'm going to tell you what I see in these cards. Starting with this one where we can see some rectangular pink structures. Some of them are white, maybe because this figure, this light being is stepping on them. And they were pink, but now because he's stepping, they became white for some reason. Then you have this big plant that is so big that even gets to the moon and is able to embrace the moon, which is a moon that has a nose and eyes, so it seems like she's liking being embraced by the plant. Here we see this person that looks like a Medusa because their hair is converted into snakes or made out of snakes, and this figure also, which I think is a man because of mustache, has a hat, and on top of the hat there is a small woman sitting down like in a throne. So she's sitting on a throne, but she was not aware that she would be attacked by the snakes. You can feel the art is different from the base game, the base games and the big boxes, which they had more of a rough design, drawings, etc. These ones look more complex, more detail in the style. So even if you have, this video can help you to separate your cards if you need to by expansion, but also you can do that easily by just looking at the art, and you can guess very easily if it's from a core box or some kind of expansion. So this is a funny one. First, because that man looks like this man with the hat as well. And then, so what we see here is like in a circus where we would normally see the man trying to train the tiger. Now it's the tiger trying to train the man. So it just inverted the roles here. So I'm not sure what's the proper orientations here. So you have the black dragon and the white dragon, like a yin and yang thing here between the two dragons. I'm not sure if this is a love scene or if they're fighting each other, biting each other. So here this one has a really refined artwork. You can see it's like high definition almost, very detailed. And you have a boat that seems to be floating above water because there's a reflection, and there's a coin that they are transporting a coin, and the coin is also, there's also an image of one of these or a similar being, and they remind me like the Pikmin from the Nintendo game, the Pikmin, because they have leaves on their heads, and then the fishes also are flying above the normal water, so very strange. So there's a giant robot as high as a mountain, and he's carrying a wrench to fix something, and he also has a big head, but because part of the head is a chimney and he's venting out some smoke, maybe because he is like a mechanical being being fed, or the engine is steam engine or something. Okay, this one is very dark. So we have this princess looking figure in the water in a lake looking at a reflection, and a reflection is so strange that I cannot even describe that. I cannot even describe what this is. It's like E.T. phone home or something. A reflection looks like E.T. Okay, then we have this like turtle. Okay, so there's a turtle which has a back looking like a snail, and then there's a snail that has a back looking like a turtle. So they change. They have what each other normally has. So these beams are made of light. They look like light bulbs, all of them, and they are floating in the air. There's a door in the back, which probably is open, and they're coming through or coming through the keyhole or something. Very strange. They're sleeping. They look like they're sleeping, or are they just happy and relaxing? Speaking of light bulbs, so here we have this forest of light bulbs, and in between there is a fish swimming through. So yeah, go figure. Then underwater there is a set of vases, probably left from some ship that went down. And coming out of one of those vases there is this being. It seems like a genie or something. Naked woman with the long hair that is covering her body. Yeah. Does she live there? Is she being released for the first time? Now, this one is cool because you see someone has skeletons on the closet, but at the same time is leaving the closet. I'm gonna get out of my closet. You know what I mean, right? Getting out of the closet. So both things, the person has skeletons in the closet and is getting out of the closet. Just that may represent many things. Okay, so there's a tree there that holds a city, but someone or something is cutting the tree. It's this saw that looks like being made of light. It will destroy everything. Okay, so the moon and the sun, they are connecting with each other or complementing each other. The sun just fits the moon here, like it was made to fit the moon. But what is curious is that not only the sun has the rays, and the rays are only now appearing on the back, like he has turned off this side of the rays in order not to burn the moon or something. A small lion in a big chair. That's it. So he's sitting on his dad's chair, and one day the chair will be his to rule the jungle. There's a boat that sink, and inside there was a heart, but then, or no, there's a lake that got dried, and so it became lost on land, but still has a heart there. So someone was reading a science book full of formulas and symbols, etc., and then the book is about space traveling, building rockets. Now we have here something that looks like a failure in Midjourney, because the same figure has 2 beaks, but the rabbit has 3 ears, and the frog, if this is a frog, I don't know what's the problem with the frog. And they're holding their hands on a table, so that means they must be doing a seance session. They're connecting with the dead. I don't know who is connecting, who is the medium, who is not the medium. Okay, so there's a clamp here, a shell, and the world is the pearl inside. Okay, so this kind of Japanese figure is carrying a mermaid. There's water in the back, but it seems like it would be a giant person, or everything is very small, because but the mermaid is also a bit bigger. It seems like just a small girl, a normal human being, but so they are both probably giant compared with the background, the environment around them. So this is a British soldier protecting the Buckingham Palace, but it seems to be a mechanical one, because he has his chest open with the key, and there's some kind of cage, and it seems like there's a feather, and this yellow bird just flew the cage. He got released, and the soldier is like, "Hey, who released the bird? Who opened the cage?" Okay, so this girl is walking in forest with these big walking things, and there are some shooting stars on the back. So she has a net, so she is trying to catch the shooting stars. And she has a lantern to illuminate her way. So this girl here is on space, flying on space, and she found like some kind of glass or a wall or a ceiling or whatever, and she sees a reflection, and it's the same thing. Yeah, same clothes. it will be different the colors, but because the wall is fading. But here she's dead, or at least she is in heaven because she has the dead people's aureola. Yes, dead people's ring. So she's seeing herself. She's communicating with herself on the dead side. Very strange. What about here? So yeah, so there's this one is drawn in the wall, right? This person is drawn in the wall. Ah, okay. So yeah, normally you would have the person, and then the shadow would be projected in the wall. But here is the opposite. There's the shadow people, and then the shadow of the shadow people is colored. Wow, very strange. What else here? So that's a theater on stage. They are performing. That's what I see. But at the same time, looks like a big window behind, which is strange on a theater, right? Unless it's a fake window. But at the same time, this seems like a wardrobe or something. There would be like figures or things decorating the wardrobe. So there's a old lady and a cat floating around, apples floating around, and she's knitting something. I don't know what it is, but I guess she is transforming her own clothes into something else. She's using the strings from her clothes. This one is a wheel with the world, but there are some ropes here holding it. Okay, so that's a strange one because this is a proper orientation. So you see there's a castle with a tower, and this owl-like figure is peeking out the window, and the world is upside down. So the tower is coming from here. So should be something like this, although the card is not that oriented. So the owl is upside down compared with the world. So this lady is Shania Twain on the video clip. That doesn't impress me much. Where she is waiting for a man in the desert, and there's one that comes in a fancy car, one that comes in a horse, etc. She is waiting for a train with her baggage, like Shania Twain, but no one is coming yet. So, an homage to Shania Twain. That's it. So that's a worm, a very strange looking worm that is eating plants. So it looks like a human being on a face or a bear or something. A gramophone playing some vinyl disc, but there's a storm as well. So either the music is stormy or just an abstract thing. Okay, what's happening here? So the wolf is there's a couple here, the wolf and the sheep. They seem to like each other, although the facial expression of the wolf is quite curious. Seems to be surprised with something. But then this is a puzzle and one piece is missing. So if there is something here I'm not getting, one piece is missing. So we don't know if they are holding on their hands together or if they are holding something on their hands. The mystery continues. Okay, now we have this very strange figure, 4 legs, an elephant kind of nose, hair on the face, and then drawers on the side. Horns there, strange horns as well, and people which look like people watching it. So yeah, that's strangest, one of the strangest here. So this small girl is in a paw of a lion, and she's playing with a paper butterfly or something. So if the lion wants, he can just squeeze her with her paw, but she seems like not being worried about that at all. Okay, so this kind of angel was caught in a prison, and the only way in is this way where the light is coming through, but he has wings, but he's not using them to fly away. So looks like the garbage disposal on Star Wars where Han Solo and the princess get into, and the walls start to collapse and smash everything inside. That's what reminds me. Okay, and so now we have a snake, a very colorful snake, which I don't understand the pattern. And then on the mouth of the snake, there is a castle. I don't know. I don't understand. These colors, they remind me when you analyze the spectrum of certain lights, you have the colors of the spectrum, and then some bands are missing, which represents the bands that are being absorbed by the atom or the planet or whatever. Not sure if it's related, but that's what I see. So that's embryon made of glass. Cool looking embryon. Yeah. So this apple was already bitten, and on the back we have another apple which was almost all eaten, but now it serves as a candle. So she is looking at the other one and see, oh, in a few days or a few hours I'll be the next candle. For sure. Yeah, so no, it's this way. That's a mushu, the Mulan's dragon on the Japanese lantern, Chinese lanterns. And then we have here the kid that is sleeping but is floating in the water, and there's a whale on the back coming to say something. The middle of the snow and the forest, there is a tree that looks like made of gold and or having like jewelry or precious stones appearing there. This girl is riding a horse, and the horse is walking or going through above the traffic. So it's a good way for you to get around the traffic is by having this special horse. The king frog walking in the forest. That's it. With these small frogs, with his sons. Okay, so this kid is watching TV really close, or no, he's playing Nintendo Entertainment System. I can recognize the console, but the controller seems different. Ah, okay, wait. This is Mario coming out of the screen, Mario. And this is Zelda. Wow. Yeah, and this is a ghost from Pac-Man or something, not a Nintendo symbol. And this one, I think it's something similar to that. Very cool, this one, yes. There's some hidden gems there. Okay, so, wow, there's a sequoia tree here, and the girl is just looking at it and contemplating the magnificence of that big tree. So there's a wolf, a boy, and a fox above it. That's it. Bicycle, and the girl is flying like the bird, so they're not using the bicycle. This ballerina went through ice, and she cannot leave now. This lady has the brownish leaves on her head, but also there's like a forest, and there's also a bear that lives there. Small bear lives in that forest in her head. Okay, so there's a rock that is moving, and the rock has some houses or buildings there. Very strange. I don't know what this guy is doing, but they all have a symbol on their heads. This one is riding on a flying fish. Lots of fish in this expansion, so origins, but this should be the origins of the fishes, because how many fishes have we seen so far? Bird in a cage with a human head. Okay, so this one never cut her head, never, so that's why it's so long and go around many times around it. More fishes. So this time this girl found herself in the middle of the fishes, and for some reason they are all looking at her. Maybe she's an important person. And wow, the cats are peeking out the door, and I don't know how they are able to achieve this, but it seems like they are like on top of all of them, on top of each other. There's a walking house. A walking house. It's the Baba Yaga's house that walks with chicken legs. Okay, we've seen this kind of character before. This one now is like just a big mouth open, and there's a dove, a pigeon there, a white one. The crocodile is eating the books, so he's getting the knowledge differently. The rabbits are running in the pipes. Looks like a sphinx here. but is a no. No, it's not on four legs. It's just back legs, and then these are the arms. It's just sitting down with a very strange coat and or trees as horns. So what? It seems like a mythological figure. What about this one? There's a keyhole in the space, and on the other side you can see there's some city. Also stairs that would go to this light beam made out of numbers and letters. Maybe it will transport you somewhere. There's a horse with a swimming cap and in the glasses, swimming glasses, and he's trying to disguise himself as another human in the pool. I don't think it's working because everyone is looking at him. So this is a forest creature that has trees coming out or branches coming out of his eyes, and these light creatures appreciate that and they come back. It's maybe those kind of animals that produce light or something. This guy is running, but is leaving part of his clothes as smoke or black smoke or something. Okay, so this girl has an umbrella, and on her right next to her there's a girl without an umbrella, and she's getting all the rain. So this one is not helping in any way. I would say another fish, but now this is a chicken and is resting on top of Marie Antoinette's hair. The girl was walking in the forest during winter and she found a small house with someone living in because there's smoke coming out. Okay, there's a music box and this one is at the door and this one is running after the small pink elephant. Okay, this is the tree and all crows are black, but in the middle we have an exception, a white crow, a rare one. Strange statue holding something. So they're waiting for their bus, and there is the bird, kind of adult, and then there is the very strange kind of adult that has shiny ears. The fish astronaut. That's it. It's a fish. It's another astronaut. So the elephant was playing the bongos or whatever, and then the jungle didn't like the music and he attacked him. So in this swamp, the chimpanzees found the working TV and they're touching it with a stick because they're afraid of it. They just want to see what it is before getting closer. The girl is holding on a spoon because everything around her is like sharp knives or sharp forks, so she could die or get damaged. Okay, so this boy is a soldier, is lying on a tank. Um, Tank nose, where the bullets come out. It's a cannon, right? But there's a flower or plant in his rifle. Lots of white doves that represent peace. So I guess there was revolution here, or the war ended, and everyone is happy because now peace will rule. Pirate just found a kettle in the middle of nothing. So this girl is so small that she is traveling on a Cheerios thing, and more Cheerios things are coming, so she's scared, probably because if the spoon drops there, it may agitate the water and create a tsunami or something. Another bird, uh, very thick eyebrows kind of style, and it has some. No, that's a tree. That's a whole tree, right? The whole orange tree is being held on his horns here, with some Christmas black balls. Strange. Or no, maybe no. He's eating one, so it's a fruit. It's the fruit. This creature eats, but then he's eating his own fruit. Ugh, so strange. Okay, a house made of sweets, and Ansel and Gretel just knock on the door, but they are very small compared with the witch. And instead of humans, they are all birds or ducks or whatever we have here. I like the house, looks very tasty. And last but not least, we have this boot or shoe without laces, correctly placed. And this works as, oh, it's not a leg here. I thought this was a leg. No, this is a chimney and smoke. So this is navigating. This is a boat navigating these waters, I think, or sand or whatever. That's it. Wow, what a journey. These were the 84 Dixit Origin cards. I hope you have enjoyed, to the point that you consider hitting that like button and subscribe. And especially if you like this kind of content for Dixit, I have now a playlist fully dedicated to this game. So don't forget to take a look. And I hope to see you in the next videos. Thank you. Goodbye.